what I like about them, they do pre-approval. So I got pre-approved up to $1 million for an auto loan.
Hold on, brother.
So
$1 million approval, ratified.
Just with a good profile. Now, with the right profile, you can get approved up to $1 million.
If you don't have the age, you can add on what's called like authorized user. Like
Yeah.
a trade line, jump on somebody else's
I heard of
credit
those.
card. As long as they got good credit. Like, don't just jump on anybody's
Just
credit
anybody.
card.
Say the man who finds a wife finds a good thing, right?
3 up, the guard.
Have no fear, Mr. Organik is here, and this is Organically speaking. Now, listen up. We only have one of them individuals in the building, and today we got two of them ones. You know, we got Tyrone and Keisha in the building, credit funders, credit building, and just a top-level couple. I want this full synopsis of glory. How y'all doing today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm good, sipping on a little bit of coconut water,
Listen,
you know,
can't get no
just trying to
better.
hydrate myself,
Yeah.
you know.
Absolutely.
Miami be hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We didn't found that out. I'm like, whew. I thought North Carolina was hot.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's different. It's going to get hotter, too.
Yeah, I already know.
And it rained. I just moved here a year and a half ago, and I didn't know that it's the rainy season during the summer. So you see, y'all saw my little machine out there growling, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I got that, got an Aston Martin, but I love driving that. That's my favorite thing to drive. So every day I'm going to the gym. It be sunny. I'm going there. An hour later, thunderstorm outside. And I'm talking about motherfucking torrential.
Listen, we
What?
saw that coming in. It was raining on
Raining
one side
spots.
of the interstate. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? Like,
Yeah. It trip
was
you out.
different.
Yeah.
It's raining on one side of the interstate, then it's raining like some cars on up ahead of us, and then it just stopped.
Then it's just stopped. And I'm
Just
talking
stopped.
about, I be sitting there like, man, what the fuck is going on? But I love it, though.
That's kind of how life go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's gonna rain, and it's just gonna stop.
Like, I always tell people, it's like weather and traffic. That's life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you got a destination and it says 1 hour. Then all of a sudden there's a crash over there.
Oh, yeah.
Look at potholes or something, or, police done pull somebody over, mother looking, slow down everything. But you must go to your destination. You can't
Absolutely.
stop.
Absolutely.
And people love to stop and detour. Don't.
No.
You better stay the course. And that's what y'all did. So I want to hear y'all story. How did y'all come together? Because he told me a little about it in the beginning, and we're going to get to what y'all do for the people. But this story is legendary. How y'all stuck together for what? How long y'all been together?
We've been together for 23 years, since literally like high school.
Damn.
Since 11th grade.
11th grade?
11,
Yeah.
12, 11 and 12th
Like when
grade.
they say high school sweethearts, like definitely. It's like one of them things of, you meet somebody in high school, you don't really know what it's gonna be. But after a little while we knew. Like we've been through everything together,
Absolutely.
right? Like you said, like one thing for us that stands out, a lot of people don't really realize, is that when I was going to college, he was going to his prison. So
he told me.
that was, what was meant to break us. Like, you think about most young women, they ain't gonna stay with nobody.
No, it's
like,
time to go.
This
This my freedom papers type.
Exactly.
I'm gonna stay with you.
But I couldn't do that because I loved him. But I saw something in him, so I knew I had to stay. And so from that point on, he made me a promise that he was gonna take care of me. Make sure we did everything, unless we do everything together. And so from that point on, it's just been lovely.
Yeah,
it's
teamwork.
life. You know what I mean? But at the same time too.
Definitely life.
And bro, that's pretty much everything. I told you, like, before she came in, I say we do everything together. Like, since high school, like the hustles. Like I say, she was a teacher. She taught for 13 years, and I was a machine operator for the last 5 years. This wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
Working anywhere from 60 to 84 hours a week. I don't know if you ever heard that saying, "Down there, work yourself to death," but that's kind of what I almost did, bro. So I'm working 60 to 84 hours a week, and I just remember coming off a long shift, come home one morning, and I just remember passing out.
Damn.
And when I passed out, I got up, laid on the couch about 10, 15 minutes, told wifey what happened. She was like, we finna take you to the hospital, get you checked out.
Yeah.
And, any other day, I'm like, nah, I ain't going to the hospital. I'm good.
Yeah, we black. We don't go to the hospital.
You know how we
For
do,
what?
but
They
you know
gonna,
what I'm
they'll
saying?
take my kidneys. They gonna sell like shit on the black market. You know what they do to blacks? No.
Right, but I'm glad I went this day because, like, the doctors, they ran their tests, and so the whole time they running their tests, I'm waiting on the results. Only thing I'm thinking about, like, they need to come on. I got to go to work tonight. You know what I mean? Committed to this 9 to 5. I got to go to work tonight. But, so they come back with the results. I'm thinking they finna tell me I'm dehydrated. But, they like, well, we found something. We got to do a heart surgery. They wound up putting a defibrillator in my chest. And so once once they put the defibrillator in my chest, I knew as a man that I couldn't go back to work. I mean, I knew as a man I had to still provide for my family, but I knew I couldn't go back to work because of how demanding my job was. And so that was kind of the shifting point. I came out of surgery, and my wife was in the recovery room, and I just remember having that conversation with her, letting her know, like, babe, it's time to go. Like, ain't nothing promised.
Yeah.
Like, we sitting on all this information. We in this mentorship, that mentorship, and we haven't applied nothing. And so I came out the hospital, and we just went crazy after that, bro.
Wow. That was an awakening.
Yeah.
Like you literally almost worked yourself to death,
Death.
but you actually woke yourself to life.
Exactly.
Because
Right.
you went so hard that you almost died, and that woke you up to this life that you're supposed to be in. Reincarnated, because I feel like no man is free unless they got financial freedom.
Absolutely.
And you don't got to be the richest person. When I speak about financial freedom, is not working for somebody else and putting your life on the line, your time, your energy, just for that paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Like, your day is consumed when you got a job like that. Because you got to wake up at a certain time. You got to drive there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to drive back. So it's more than just at the job.
No, it's all, it's everything.
It's the
around.
process.
It's the people you with. It's what they telling you to do. It's all the control. It's too much control that it's involved with.
And I'm spending way more time at this job than I'm spending with my family.
Right.
But, you know, it all, because that's what I saw my daddy do. Coming up, I saw my daddy work 2-3 jobs, and so I thought that's what I was supposed to do.
Of course.
You know, be at work, taking care of family, taking care of home, which I was doing. But I woke up and I'm like, nah, this ain't it. Every event, I'm not in the picture. I'm missing all the family time, you know, just for a couple extra dollars. So I'm like, nah, I got something got to give.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And see, that story right there is what a lot of people going through right now. They working these jobs and they don't want to do it. You know, they trading their time for money. And when we got into the world of financial literacy, we freed a lot of people. Because I wrote a book called Financial Freedom when I learned things that freed me.
Yeah.
So what you guys are saying is exactly what these people need to hear. Because I got a lot of people that work hard and got these jobs. They want financial freedom, and you guys obtained that. So how did you shift that mindset from that heart attack defibrillator to doing this credit funding and business? Because that gives people financial freedom, not only yourself, but others.
Like I say, we had already kind of been into a mentorship,
Right?
But we just really wasn't applying the information. And so one thing we learned going through this, it ain't about what you go through, it's about what you grow through.
Yeah.
And so, like I say, once I got out of recovery, we was already playing with credit a little bit, but we just applied everything we was learning to the mentorship.
Yeah.
We took, like I said, we were kind of dibbling and dabbling, didn't really know. But for us too, like, not only did that happen, like literally like 2 or 3 months later, like I lost my dad and lost my job. So not only were
hell no.
Yeah.
What the hell? This
Yeah.
is Tyler Perry movie? You saw the new straw shit?
But like,
Y'all going through straw.
That's what it felt
God
like.
damn
I'm
it.
like, you think like, damn, like we was going through hell.
Life
like,
just
but,
upside down.
All right, now, goddamn it. Don't make me cry here. Hear this damn story,
But like
man.
it was like literally one of those like times, and if, you know, like when he said it rains, that's what it felt
Yeah.
like. But you had to understand the storm don't last always, because
For
literally
sure.
like right after that, when we started applying ourselves and working for ourselves and using that credit, we took one credit card, leveraged that, and opened up an Airbnb. You know,
Tough.
we had already taken some mentorships, but at the same time too, it was scary because it's like, you know, you stepping out on faith. You know,
Oh,
but it's like you
yeah.
gotta be, you know, being real. But we were able to flip that credit card, and, you know, and make our money and pay the, you know, and pay the bills. But credit and funding saved our life. Like
Dope.
that's what took us through that time of neither one of us working, because we were both used to paycheck to paycheck,
Of
you know, the
course.
normal, you know, 9-to-5 grind.
Yeah.
But this took us on a different level.
Absolutely. And it's crazy because they say the number 7 is the complete number, right? Because all this happened with me in 7. All this happened with us in a 7-month time frame. Like once I had to get my defibrillator put in, I was back in the hospital a couple months later after that with another scare, and then after that she lost her daddy. And then a week later she lost her job, and all that was in 7 months. But after that, if you think that was crazy, bro, the next
listening.
7 months we hit over 6 figures
What?
Just-
in 7
yeah.
months, bro.
Literally, just like, boom, we took it. Like I said, like that was like one of them things of like, God was, he was with us.
Hallelujah.
Like,
Thank
I'm telling
Jesus.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
I like my-
people
they
don't-
say,
you know,
hey.
people don't understand. Like, you know, when you put your faith over fear, like when you're back against the wall, you got to do what you got to do, because it would have been easy to say, I'm going back to work. And that's what I was going to do. I'm like, nah, I got to make sure, like, I know
What I
you
told
can't
you.
work. And the first thing he said was, no, baby, you mean more to, you know, our business and us than going that job. So, you know, I took that and, like, you know, we ran with it. So,
That's
like I
real.
said, doing it together, we did it together. It wasn't just one of us, no, both of us.
Because
We were-
I
we
know
were
my
in that.
wife's worth. Like, she's so smart. She got majors and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, babe, why are you over here getting them rich when we over here trying to get rich?
No question.
Yeah.
Like, you want to stay on the home team?
Yeah.
Or you going over there with the visitors?
They
now?
say the man who finds a wife finds a good thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And especially you got the right one that has
The
those
right one.
attributes, because I do a lot of, you know, women content too, and speak to women, and they always have that, you know, that conflict of what you bring to the table thing, right? And when I'm hearing it, you did exactly what was supposed to be said and done. It's not about what you bring to the table, what you bring to my table, what you bring to her table.
Yeah.
It's not, did you just come with some, I got silverware.
Yeah.
No, I need a plate.
we gotta build that table together. Everything we do is building. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, no matter what you go through, like I said, you got to grow through it. And things don't always happen to you; they happen for you.
Yeah.
Like, so that happened for us to grow together even stronger. Like,
Right.
okay, we can figure out how to stand on our own 2 feet or 4 feet at that point.
Four
So,
of
you
them.
know, 4 is better than 2, and that way we can keep going forward. Like, you know, like I tell people, can't nothing break us down. Like, we done went through a lot. So
lot.
I'm like,
Most
nah,
definitely, as you should. That's the blessing.
And the main thing we learned out of that we learned out of this also was like, so I was the breadwinner with the good credit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, if I would have died, my credit would have went with me.
Yeah.
So we got to get you established, you know what
Right.
I mean? So we got wifey, we got her credit straight, you know what I mean? And this for any couple that's listening.
Yeah, they need
and
the
watching,
information,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, like, listen, if one of y'all shouldn't have good credit. Both of y'all need to have good credit.
Yeah.
You know, not just for the credit, but for the funding also, because if I go out here and get $250,000, I'm going to take her out here to go get $250,000.
You could double up the
That's it.
motherfucker.
Doubling up,
That's
just
what-
like
Ooh, the
that.
motherfucker got that. The Whopper, double bread. They got bread in the middle on that Whopper.
That's what it is. Because too many couples, they fight over money.
Right.
They argue. I'm like, listen, y'all, you can have so much more together. You know, I know
Yeah.
that everybody, and that's one thing, everybody ain't meant to be together. You know, but
That's
at the same
true.
time too,
That's
once
true.
you realize you put your bread together and start doing these steps together with the credit, with the funding, you're unstoppable. You
And
know?
that's what a real household, real family is meant to be. That's the
Yes.
original purpose of that,
Yes.
to
Yeah.
build together. You bring yours, I bring mine, then we bring it
Yes.
together and stack it up. How did you help her improve her credit? Did you put her like on your credit cards, things like that, or authorized sign her that?
Yeah, I put her on my credit card, gave her a couple of my credit cards.
Yep.
I'm using them.
Oh, you using them? Come on now.
Yeah.
Saw the Gucci purse. What I was looking for. Where'd it go?
So yeah, just putting on a couple of my credit cards and helping to get that utilization down, adding on credit builder accounts, just by adding on what we added on.
We did so we did a play, right?
Yep.
Like we used like a rental play. We
Okay.
added on something called rental karma, right? So you can backdate your rent. So we backdated the rent, and then I added on one credit builder. After he had added me like a couple authorized user cards, but then another one called Kovo. You pay like $10 a month. So I probably spent maybe $60, $70
Yep.
and jumped my boosted my credit over 100 points.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Because I can't skip over that. 'Cause these niggas got bad credit in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We got to
like,
help the
yeah.
people.
You gotta
know what I'm
help
saying?
people.
So what was the first one you used to
So
help?
the first one was called Rental Karma. So there's
Okay.
like Rental Karma and Rent Reporters are two. There's a lot of them, but those are the two that I like.
Okay.
So I specifically did Rental Karma, right?
Right.
Backdated the rent like 4 or 5 years. So if you've been living in a place for how many ever years,
Yeah.
you can add that to your credit. So it's gonna help show that you got good payment history.
Right.
Right. It's gonna also help improve your credit age, right? And then you're gonna add what's called a primary account, so an account that's in your name. So now I've hit like all 3 parts of my credit report, and then I added on another one, which was called Kovo,
Right.
and that's like a trade line that's in your name.
Uh-huh.
So now I've got more primary accounts, and that just like it took my credit off. And from that point, I'm like, oh shit, like okay, this
Yeah.
is what it is. I'm over 700. Let me go figure out what do I do with this 700, because at the same time too, you can have good credit and still not know what to do with it.
Oh, no question. Yeah,
So that
I've
was-
been there.
yeah. Okay,
I've
yeah.
been there. I go in the dealership, get whatever I want. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because once again, they give you niggas cars.
Oh yeah.
I walk in
Oh,
any
yeah.
dealership. I was
Of
getting
course.
all these cars. What? You over 750 credit score.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing shit with my credit, but buying cars
Buying
and being a
cars.
nigga.
Yeah.
Like, man, if I would have known this when I was acting crazy with the millions,
I'm telling you.
man, I could have got there and went 10 million on them with the credit.
That's
Yeah.
what people don't understand. Like you got to use credit to leverage and
Leverage.
get. You know what I mean? But
Damn it.
the
You
thing
live and you
is,
learn,
too,
though, huh?
We live and learn. But the thing
Damn
is
it.
too, we didn't know that either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he had good credit. We didn't really know what to do with it.
Right.
And the
Didn't have
same
a
thing-
clue what to do
Yeah,
with
and
it.
I'm like, I'm just thinking, okay, well he got good credit, he can get it, whatever. I ain't
Right.
worried about it. But like you said, when that happened, it's like, nah, we gotta. gotta both
It's
do
because
it.
like a lot of people think that credit is used for emergencies. Like
Facts.
when it really shouldn't be used for emergencies. Like credit is actually a tool. Like you say that you go out here and you leverage your credit and you start a cash flowing business,
Oh, yeah.
and then you pay that credit back.
That's a gem. People, especially Caucasians, I'm gonna keep it racial because goddamn it, our niggas need this help.
Now they do.
So like Caucasians, and they've been doing this shit for so long.
Yes.
We know they had a 400-year head start. You
Yes.
sneaky motherfuckers. But we catching up. See, this shit is very important. When you got credit, you use it to get a cash flow. Not just do it because I can use my credit and get something and put more debt.
Like no,
Use that debt as a cash flow.
it's gotta bring you. It's like it has to bring you money. Like literally, y'all. Like it's one of the things. And I never thought this, like, when on my birthday last year, right?
Yeah.
And, like, we were thinking about going out of town. Like, yeah, I want to go to Vegas. I want to do this.
Yeah.
And, like, literally, like, 2 weeks, I'm like, nah, If I go to Vegas, I ain't getting no return on that. Like, everything we do
Everything
now,
yeah,
I'm like,
ROI.
everything. So
Absolutely.
we literally went and got another Airbnb. I'm like, nah, let's get another one.
Yeah.
Because, like, we got the credit, rather than spending that credit to go to Vegas and party for one day. Now, look at this Airbnb. That's going to pay us for the rest of the year.
Most
So you got
definitely.
to start thinking more than just one day. You got to think about what's going to pay me from here on out. Same thing with the cars. Like, a lot of our clients, they want to go get cars.
Of course.
Like, cool, but if you leverage your credit the right way, you can go buy a car a lot. You go
Ooh,
on tour,
I
you
like
can do
that
a
talk.
whole lot of stuff, but people, like, they think, like, only for the moment. They want to
Yeah.
flashy right then and there when you got to think, nah, what's going to build you? Like,
Most
what's going to
definitely.
leave your legacy? Like, it's about your last name now, not just about, who you are today. You got to think about what you're leaving for your kids, your
For sure.
grandkids, what you're teaching your family.
Because you do it right, not only your immediate family, but your whole generation
Yes.
could be, really shifted.
We've seen it. Look at the Rockefellers. Like, look
They
at people
did.
like that.
And they
do
done the
it.
Vanderbilts and all that. One of
Yeah.
them, shout out to my dog Slim, he got married at their estate. And it was crazy. They own mountains and all type of shit.
Yeah.
Still to this day, like, goddamn, this was back in the day they did that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm
They
saying?
know.
So you can learn this and really take it to the next level. And that's the beauty of it, because I want to get into that too, because a lot of time people get those wins, right? They get that credit, a little bit of money, and first they want to do ball, get the jewelry, let me get organic, let me get the chains and all
Yeah.
that ignorant monkey shit, instead of really making cash flow situations. So you guys did the Airbnbs. How did y'all get into that?
That was through a mentorship. Like,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
relationships, right?
Yeah.
In one mentorship was stocks and
Stock-
things.
yeah.
A guest speaker came on, and we're like, okay, that's dope. Like, so we got the stocks, that's bringing money. What else can we do with that money, right?
Right.
You can't just sit there. You can't just, people don't realize, like, when they say a dollar not moving is a dollar
Man,
losing. So you
tell
can
'em about it.
save it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, too, it's not growing in the interest.
Ooh.
It ain't bringing you no ROI. So you got to make sure that whatever money you got, you investing it into something. So, not just that cash, because, you want to keep your cash a little bit, but you got to make sure, like I said, you got to invest that stuff.
Yes.
Figure out something, like Ty said, a cash flowing venture, whether that be Airbnb, Turo, digital products. There's
Yep.
so many things. Like, listen, it's 2025.
Yeah.
It's too much out here. You can't sit here and act like it ain't.
For
You know,
sure. It's
too many
everything out
things.
here. And I've been through that too. And I use myself as a case study because, once again, I was really foolish. I mean, it wasn't foolish because I was investing in my business, was luxury lifestyle content, but I could have did so much more. And what you said is very important, because a dollar not used is a dollar wasted. Think about it. You would go buy a bag of chips probably 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It was $1. That same bag of chips is $3-4 now.
Oh, yeah.
So within a few years,
Yeah.
that same dollar
Same
is
dollar.
75 cents less.
Yes.
So if you got it sitting in the bank with no interest and not enough money to really see no real, go up, and with inflation, you're wasting money by saving money. It's dangerous.
Absolutely.
A pile of money is the worst thing to have.
Yep.
Bro, say you
want the
wasting
streams.
money by
Yeah.
saving money.
Come on, champ.
You gotta
Man,
start
that's
buying your money.
that's
That shit
real,
gotta go to
y'all.
war
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you.
Real.
I'm telling
It
you.
is a vital tool. And what y'all telling me, and like I said, I'm getting information too. What y'all telling me is how y'all leverage this into business. So you got the Airbnbs. What else did you leverage this credit into?
Yeah.
Mentorships.
Mentorships.
That's one thing.
Man,
We also leverage credit into a dump truck. We got a dump truck that I ain't even get to run, bro, because I got the defibrillator. So
Right.
I couldn't get my CDL, so they kind of put a little stop on the dump truck, because
Yeah.
I still got it, but I just couldn't really. I ain't want to put my business in nobody's hand like that. I was wanting to drive it myself.
oh, you
know
want
what
to get
I'm
the, every
saying?
dollar.
but-
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
but-
Anybody
yeah, so-
ain't want every dollar. Get about
Absolutely.
nothing. Yeah.
Right. So we leveraging things like that that's gonna give us a fast return. You know what I mean? Because, like, you don't want to get into something that's gonna kind of take you forever to pay that credit back, because
Yeah.
you might have 12 months or 0%.
Zero, you got 12 months for the
So
most part.
whatever you're doing, it got to work fast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's important. And these mentorships, what I see with these things is such a vital situation, because these people have done these things for so long and mastered it, and you can expedite your time by paying a little money, and you make that tenfold. I've seen it. I've been doing this podcast stuff for a while,
Yeah.
and I've seen a lot of people come in that told me how they got into it was through a mentorship.
Yep.
So do you guys do mentorships for other people now, or y'all still up in your beginning stages?
Nah, we actually do mentorship. We got a mentorship called Next Level Legacy.
Right.
People come through the mentorship, so we basically get them that 6-figure blueprint,
Right.
6-figure formula blueprint. We show them how to fix their credit and how to go fund themselves in like 60 to 90 days.
Yeah.
Cause we got a couple with us now, been working with us for 92
Right,
days.
90 days, yeah.
They already funded. They fixed their credit and they already funded themselves. I think over like 200. What was
Yeah.
it?
like they right at 200,000.
And it's a couple.
It's a couple. Yeah.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all bring something different because you doing the double, you know what I'm saying, compound understandings. And this is a different element that people need to know.
Right.
Like even if you got a girlfriend that you rock with heavy, you know what I'm saying? This ain't the back of the day when I need a car, put in your name.
Right,
Exactly.
right,
No,
right,
we want
right.
And I
both
don't pay it. No, let's get, you know what I'm saying, cards together.
Right.
Cards together
Yes.
and take it to the next level. And it's a beautiful thing too because you guys went through something. So your mentorship is actually heavy because y'all went through a real situation, overcame it within 7 months. How much y'all get?
Over 6 figures.
Come on now.
That's
So how they ain't
yeah.
gonna come to y'all with this?
That's what
And
people
that would
like, yeah.
and that wouldn't really even include the Airbnb. Well,
Yeah,
that would
You just going off the credit. You ain't going
Oh,
off
off
the
the
other.
credit in the fund.
Yeah, see, that's good sometimes because I like to hide money for myself too.
Right,
right.
My homies always tell me that. I'm like, nigga, I only got this. Like, nigga, stop it. What you? I'm like, yeah, be right.
And that's
I
what-
like to hide money
But
for
that's how
myself.
you. That's
But
how you
that's-
stay
that's
ahead.
how you stay
I
ahead,
like to
like-
be thinking I'm broke.
I ain't think of it that way, but I know back in the day, I used to just put whatever money I'm making, I'm putting it all together.
Yeah.
And she like, no, baby, don't do it like that. Like, look, you want to put this money over here, you
Yep.
want to have this money over here, so you can see what you actually made.
Most definitely.
And so that's something that we definitely do today. Like,
That's a brilliant thing.
you got to see that profit.
Me and my dog, we went on a tour when we first started YouTube, and he went before me to a couple cities, and he telling me like, nigga, I'm coming up, nigga, I'm selling all this merch. You know what I'm saying, motherfucker? Yeah, we got 1,000. You got to come. But you know, I'm the businessman. I'm the money. I'm the adder and subtractor. So I called him. I'm like, I hear you, brother. You're doing good. But how much it cost to get there? How much it cost to make the merch?
Right.
Yeah.
What did you eat? What hotel you staying at? How much was the gas? How much?
He ain't looking at all the
Yeah,
expenses
nigga. He just look at what's coming in.
Yeah.
No, we gotta know the
gotta-
P's and I's. We gotta know everything.
Uh-huh.
So it's very important. And see, you got, you know what I'm saying? You got a good woman, brother.
Absolutely.
Woman play a vital role.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, listen, bro, without God and her,
Yeah.
like, I don't know where I'd be, bro, for real. Probably still doing the same old. But,
Yeah.
you know, like, everything happened for a reason. Like, we've been together for 23 years, and this my best, my better half, the best thing ever happened.
Yeah,
to
he
me.
about to say best friend, He want to hide the best friend. That's your best
He know
friend.
it's my
Best friend,
He know
wifey,
it's
all
besties.
that.
Everything, all of the above.
All the above.
That's a beautiful
Absolutely.
thing, especially in our community. We don't see that as much. You know, they say back in the day, like them 100 years ago, before they really put welfare and all that, black households was the #1 married. It was bringing in a lot of money with us together, and they try to break us apart. So to see this is very, inspiring, and we need to see it, especially how you guys are doing it. Like, people got to tap into this because the thing y'all doing, like I say, I haven't seen this before as the couple thing, and how you can get it, put it on. That's marvelous. Have y'all doing over like those 5-day masterminds and things like that? Because I hear, I think that
Yeah,
y'all,
so we do.
I need to feed the
got
people.
one coming up actually in a couple weeks. But I
What?
would say what we do. We actually do free classes every week already. So
Every week.
free
How
classes.
y'all doing that?
So we do it on Zoom. We show people how to get, the 750 credit score, how to get access to funding, and how to start a credit repair and funding business too, because they got to understand that this is a lucrative business.
For sure.
And not only that, if you don't want to do that kind of business, we're showing once you get the funding, you do whatever business you want.
That's true.
Just make sure you're bringing in the money. But the 5-day, from July 14th through the 18th.
Okay.
Yep.
14th through the 18th. we
Yeah,
got a
this gonna
5-day
be out by
event,
that
y'all.
time.
So we showing you everything from the credit, the funding, the marketing, how to get it out there, how to start your business, how to set everything up. So ain't no excuses why can't nobody have no money out here.
There ain't no excuses, just execution. And you said that earlier too, about facing your fears. And that's crazy because that's what this chain represents. The #1 fear of most people is death. And I've learned when you take risks and you face your fears, that's the other side of that is where your blessings lie and where, that real prosperity is at. Because the devil put fear into you.
Oh, yeah.
God tell you faith. He says it all the time. And the #1 negative thing in almost any religion is fear. It's the #1 thing in any Bible, Quran, all that is fear. Because God knows that's the devil trying to scare you from your greatness. And God is the good side. It's nothing but faith.
That's it.
So if you move with faith, without fear, you always gonna win. Even if it's ups and downs, it's hard.
But that's life.
It's gonna happen
it's
anyway.
It's never gonna be like one straight path.
Motherfucker, it ain't easy. He's working a job, working, trying to do the regular jiggle. I'm just gonna work. Motherfucker almost die.
Exactly.
So you telling me you don't want to go out here, go get funding, and put your credit up, and do some little applications, and go get hundreds of thousands?
That's what people like. They think they're gonna save their way to financial freedom. You can't save your way to
Or they don't
financial
want to get
freedom.
them no's. They want to get denied
That's
nothing.
what I tell people too. I'm like, look, y'all, ain't nobody saying everything gonna be perfect. Like
Right.
you think we didn't got denied
For
stuff, but
sure.
There's many reasons why you can be denied. You know what I mean? It could be because your utilization too high. It can be because you just already got too much credit.
Right.
There's reasons, but you got to be able to work through that. you know, but like you got to quit living that nightmare. You know, stop living a nightmare scared to live a dream. Like
Right.
you
That's
gotta,
it.
you
That's
gotta
real.
get out of that
Yeah.
nightmare and
Yeah.
just start living that dream life, or trying to at least. You know what I mean? Put
Uh-huh.
your effort.
Because I know, like, before becoming a full-time entrepreneur, I know for us, like I tell you, I'm working 60 to 84 hours. She getting her salary once a month.
Right.
Got the side hustles going, but it's like we could never get past that $4,000-$5,000 mark
Damn.
for nothing. We could never get past, and honestly, that's what the average American got. Average American don't have $5,000 saved up in their bank
Hell
account.
no.
Exactly.
What?
It's
why
hard.
not
Like,
use your credit?
yo, why not use your credit? Like,
Yeah.
for real. And that's what kind of saved me from. I kind of fell back a little bit from working a lot of hours once I found out. Okay, damn, I can get a credit card. I can go swipe this and do this and do that. Nah, I ain't going in and work no overtime this week.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that brings you peace that gets you to your events with your kids. That gets you, you know what I'm saying, gets you some stress free, you know what I'm saying, more
Absolutely.
time with your family, which is super important
Yes.
for any human being.
Yes.
Instead of just being, you know, a slave, a little robot. That's what they want you to be.
Nah, for
Yeah.
real, for real.
So we need more of this information out here. And how important is content with this business? Because end of the day, like, you can have, you know, all the credit information in the world, but how important is it to get it out there and build your social media platforms?
Content is very, very important, because if don't nobody know what you're doing, how can you help them? How can you serve them? How can you service them?
Right.
They don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. And people don't realize too, like, you just got to give value. Like, you
Right.
give
That's
value,
it.
like, you know, if I'm providing you and telling you, all right, you're going to structure your credit, go get 100% payment credit history, go, you know, pay your utilization down. I'm telling you all these things. You got to actually take action on it. So when you're doing the content like for us as a couple, sometimes, you know, individually, it helps because it's not only getting your name out there, it's also teaching people, and people getting value. And once they see that you're doing things for them, they're like, okay, boom, how, you know, what else can you show me? What
Yeah.
else? So they want to know more. So it helps. But one thing too, I think we realized it was like a struggle in the beginning, because we thought, oh, we don't have a big following, we can't do this and that. But it don't even matter. Like,
No.
you
Don't
know,
matter.
as long as it's out there, somebody's going to see it, and somebody's going to end up sharing it at some point, and then, you know, it's going to keep going.
I mean, numbers is really simple mathematics when you just go by numbers. If you trying to worry about a big old following, if you got 1,000 people that rock with you,
Exactly.
to spend $1,000,
That, you know what I mean?
that's $1 million.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what people fuck up at. They
Yeah.
want to have 1 million people.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna give them $1.
That's
Absolutely.
You
it. I'm
stupid
like,
baboon.
Yeah.
That motherfuckers want to go viral for nothing. They want to go
nothing.
viral.
Just to be viral.
Right.
Yeah, for eating shit.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
like-
viral. You got 50 million views. You ate a
Yeah.
piece of shit. What
And
that?
what is that? And you now what? You can't eat shit every day.
Come on,
So
man.
what
Don't
you
do
gonna
that. They're bad for the
You know
digestive
what I
system. You
mean?
go have to get, you know what I'm saying, colonoscopy or
You
something.
got to give something that's gonna give some longevity. No, nobody. You know, you got to have some
And
kind
it's
of
funny
value.
that you say that, Mr. Organic. Numbers are numbers, and it's the same thing in this credit world. Numbers are numbers.
Yes.
A lot of people think, oh man, I gotta have a perfect credit score to go get. I gotta have a perfect credit score to get my credit fixed,
Right.
or to go get funded. Nah, you really don't need no perfect credit score. You really don't need to get the funding or to get your credit fixed. All you really need to do is work on your profile if you're trying to get funded. Once you get once you structure your profile the right way, that's gonna open up doors for everything else.
Yeah. So give me an example of a good profile to go get some funding.
A good profile, you want your utilization to be under. The banks tell you 30%. I'm gonna say 10 to 20.
Yep.
You don't want no late payments. You don't want no derogatories. You don't want no derogatories, and you don't want no inquiries. You want your inquiries to be. You want to have no more than 2 inquiries in like the last 6 months.
Okay. And that's just to get you in the door.
That's to get you in the door, right?
Yeah, because, like, I mean, people try to go crazy and just do all these inquiries. You got to get that shit off there.
Nah, yeah,
And
and you got to pay these people back too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people be like, man, my credit ain't moving. Cause you haven't paid your utilization down.
You
bro."
ain't
Exactly.
paid.
You
That
ain't
ain't your
did
money.
nothing.
Right.
Hey,
They ain't did nothing.
you borrowed that.
Right.
Yeah.
That ain't
You
your
gotta
money,
pay it
dude.
back.
Yeah, motherfucker. Man, just gonna spend the credit card, pay $100 a month. You owe $20,000. Hey, man, you ain't paying nothing but interest, buddy.
That's it.
That's
like
it.
you got to spend the money. Like one thing I know.
Get them people their money back.
That's it. And you pay the people their money back. They're gonna want to give you more, but you got to pay them back first. Like
Yes.
another thing too with their credit profile, they got to actually have primary accounts,
Counts,
things that are
yep.
in their name. Like they want to go get one thing, like outside the credit builder, Kovo.
Yeah.
They go get one thing, like I'm ready for funding. No, you got to show them people you can handle credit. So you might get Kovo and Rental Karma, but you need to take some of your money that you got, go open up a secured credit card. at your bank.
Yeah.
You know, go open up a secured loan. You know, go add like Credit Strong has like 2
Yeah.
or 3 different ones. There's so many things, but they don't realize that you have to add anywhere from 7 to 10. I say more than that. Like the more you got, the more stable you're gonna seem.
Okay.
So-
So I've learned this too about secure cards. Can you tell them what a secure card is and how it works?
So a secured card is going to be like you're using your own money, right?
Right.
So the way I teach this. So if I have $500 on the low end, I suggest more because the more you can put up, the better. But if you have $500 that's just sitting around that you're trying to save, go take it to the bank. You're going to give it to them, and they're going to give you a credit card. Now, you're using your own money. You're going to use that, swipe it like Ty said, keep it up under 20%. Between 1 and 9, it's going to be good. But from that point, it's going to show them that you know how to handle your own money, right? It's yours, so you better handle it right. So when you're using that credit card to buy gas, whatever you're doing with it, you're paying it back. Your credit score is going to go up because now you're paying on time, your utilization is low, and you have a primary account. So you've done all these things, but you're leveraging your own money. And the way that works is once you've leveraged your own money and done that for about 6 months, they're like, okay, I can trust you now. Here's $500 more, and you're going to get your $500 back, and now you're using theirs. They'll probably give you more than that, but you're just leveraging your own money to get money. Like I call it seed money. Give them a little bit of money, you planting a seed, and then they're going to give you some more in return.
That's some organic understanding. Organic financial growth. I love that seed talk because it's very important. You know what I mean? Motherfucker don't want to plant no seeds, but guess what they want? They want the fruit.
They want all the fruit.
Sit your goddamn. What are you doing up there, kangaroo? You ain't supposed to be up a tree. You supposed to be jumping down the damn desert somewhere. Motherfuckers trying to climb the tree as a kangaroo. That ain't
That's
for
all
you.
they want.
You ain't planting no seeds, bastard. Plant them seeds. Harvest those crops.
That's it.
That secure card is very important. That's how I got in the game. It was a Capital One card. I got the game be $200. I was paying gas, little shit like that, paying it off every single month.
That's what you
They
gotta
bumped me
do.
up to $1,500. I
go.
paid that off, using it. Then I got my first brand new car. So I know that process. I've learned it. Me and my homie Slim, shout out to my dog Slim, we went from talking about whores to credit scores within a year, and it changed our lives. And that's how we got in the car game.
Yeah.
And it's dope once you learn that, because we learn so much on the fly.
Yeah.
We learn how to buy multiple cards at the same time. All this cool shit.
That's
That's because you learn credit. We leveraged our credit.
That's it.
If I go to one bank, they approve me for $100,000, give me the car, boop, I'm gonna go to the different bank the same day and get me another car, $100,000. I know.
Hit your credit yet.
It ain't hit yet.
Another play with
Put
that.
it on YouTube. Oh, viral.
Yeah.
Hey, more views. And it pays for this card. It pays for that card. I know the game. I leverage credit on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to. I mean, like one thing too, like even with those cards, some places give you like 0% interest for 3-4 months. All right, do that. Then if you pay on it, refinance that card to another bank with a 0% interest.
Get it
Now
out of
you
there.
getting-
Oh, I
you
should
getting-
jump out on.
yeah,
I do
I'm
3-4
telling you.
months. Hey, trade this in, give me another one.
Exactly.
I do all my shit to
That
it, sell
way
it.
you gotta, or no pay with 0%, no payment for like 90 days. All right,
Yeah.
boom, do it with another
And
bank.
speaking
You
of
ain't had
card-
no payments in a long
Speaking
time.
of cars,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna put you on the play real quick.
Let me hear. Let me shut up.
Ratify Credit Union, right? So they
Yeah, you was telling me about that. Let me hear about
Yeah,
Ratify.
so they
Ratify Credit Union.
Ratify. I know they probably been going crazy. So
You done turned them up.
I done
Yeah.
turned them
They
up,
need to
bro.
give you a check. Ratify,
too.
send the bread, bitch.
Right. So they gonna pull from Equifax, right?
Yep.
And what I like about them, they do pre-approval. So I got pre-approved up to $1 million for an auto loan.
Hold on, brother. Because we talked about earlier about getting a whole car lot.
Right.
$1 million to get that motherfucker started good.
Right.
Get a economy car shit,
I'm
but go ahead.
telling you.
So
$1 million approval,
With-
ratified.
This with a good profile now. With the
Okay.
right profile, you can get approved up to $1 million for
Lord.
the auto loan. And I also got approved for a $30,000 loan also. And the good thing about Ratify, they allow you to dope. And I got, what was on the credit card?
Like
50 on the credit card. I think.
50 on the credit card,
30
30 type loan cash,
Right.
and $1 million goddamn
auto,
fleet.
auto loan. Exactly. And the good thing about them, bro, they allow you to double dip. And so when they allow you to double dip, that means I can get more than one product. I can take this $1 million auto loan, and I can also take this $50,000 credit card
Yeah.
Get one increase.
with one increase.
That's it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
What the
you
bank
gotta-
again?
Ratify.
Put that on my phone.
I know how you love your cars, bro. So you know, hey, you know I had to turn you on. Word.
I like with $1 million, he's a what kind of car we gonna get. I said, I don't know.
man.
I woke up. I said, "Baby, how many zeros this is?"
Yeah, am I tripping?
Word.
Like, ain't no way they said $1
My
million. I'm
defibrillator fucking up or something? Am I?
Because that's what he said.
Help me.
He said it was late last night. Come look at this. I'm like, oh yeah, that dude say $1 million. Because I'm thinking like, no, I ain't couldn't have said no million. Maybe $100K. I'm like, nah, that's $1 million.
$1 million,
Had
yes.
to call and confirm that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Man, that's a hell of a profile that you built. And how long you been doing it, like in total now?
Credit or
Yeah,
credit?
credit.
I've been working on my own for probably like 5-6 years.
Well, no, like really working on like teaching credit maybe like a year.
Yeah, teaching, but I'm
we
saying, like-
started like probably
Like building this
building it,
profile like you're doing.
5 years ago.
That's a good amount of time though.
And because
he
like
had to get that age.
I had to get that age.
Got to get
because
that age in there.
Like I didn't really have too much of my name. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of at that point where I was putting everything in my wife's name.
Of course.
And so everything got straight. And so just start building out my profile.
But one hack though, like I said, we didn't know this hack at the time. Like if you don't have the age, you can add on what's called like an authorized user. Like a trade line, jump on somebody else's credit card. As long as they got good credit. Like don't just jump on anybody.
Just anybody. I know there's like sites for that too, right? Like that people sell
trade
it
line
off.
supply.
Trade line supply, trade line genie. So there's a lot of like different
But
sites
you don't want to get too many of those because like we had some people come to us with their whole profile built out with authorized users.
Yeah.
And so, like, and the banks see that, and
they know that.
They know that,
It says it right on
authorized signer. Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
And they ain't gonna. It's gonna be hard for them to.
They ain't dumb. They bank.
They know that. Like that's their money.
Yeah,
like,
everything ain't just automated.
What can you do? So that's
hey, sir.
Yeah.
Ain't.
So like we had people come with like an 800 credit score. Like okay, we thinking it's lit. They finna get funded.
Oh, for sure.
And you look at their profile, like it's built out with AUs. I'm like the banks, they ain't trusting it because they got to know what can you do. That's why those primary accounts are so important.
And I know when we teaching, we like to tell our students like the AUs. That's just the icing on the cake. That's the last step. You gotta bake that cake first, and then you want to put the authorized users.
For sure. Because what I'm hearing is a lot of groundwork. And a lot of work in, like you said earlier too, like you too, y'all had all this stuff. Sometimes y'all was moving slow. But once you start executing, that's when shit expedited. So all you people watching right now and listening, like you can have all this information, but if you don't utilize it or execute, it doesn't matter. No. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. No. And then do the right thing with the money.
I'm telling you.
Because when you get the money, because most likely you will, especially how they doing it and they give you the right seeds, do the right thing with the money.
Exactly.
Just don't go crazy. Don't go to Magic City and goddamn, you know what I'm saying, strip club.
They will.
Oh, I know some of you niggas need it. Some of you, I know. So get it out your system, brother. But build a real business behind it.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, what's a good hack you got? Because he gave me Reddit. What's that? Reddit? What's the bank again?
Ratify.
Ratify. Call them niggas as soon as I leave. They got a toll line. You probably, who
they
your banker? Yeah, I want to go right to your banker.
Exactly.
I would call them personally. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I definitely plug you in.
Yeah, I need his number, man.
One thing I will say too, like some people don't realize too, like you said, like getting 3 products with one inquiry, piggybacking off of that, like same thing with like Amex, right?
Right.
People don't realize like with Amex, you not only do you pre-qualify before you even get an inquiry, you can go get like 4 or 5 different cards. So if you get pre-approved for, let's say, the blue card, like they have the blue cash card,
right?
You get pre-approved with that. If you accept that card, cool. You can go right back in, like literally right after that, and go get another blue one. Yeah. They have 2 blues, and then go back in. If they get approved again, you go get your gold one, and get your platinum one, and they only gonna get you 1 inquiry with 4 cards. So now you've walked away with probably 20, 30,000, if not more. I'm saying on the low end, depending on what your credit is. But you got 4 different Amex cards, and those Amex cards hit different.
They don't
depending
play.
on what you what you're trying to do for travel. Like they're great, so you get a lot of reward points and things. But you got 4 of those, which is 1 inquiry too. So.
1 inquiry. Yeah, because what's that Centurion? That's Amex, right? That motherfucker, metal motherfucker. Yeah, and then you got the gold one.
Yeah, you ain't got to have a perfect credit profile perfect credit score. You can get them with like a 700, and then 700 with the right profile. Again, we got to keep stressing that with the right profile. Make sure you got those, primary accounts, utilization low, but you can definitely do that. Like not only that, remember the rental. So there's so many things people don't realize without doing credit repair that you can do to get your credit boosted. Just simply playing down your utilization. If your utilization is too high, as long as it's not like maxed out like 99%, 100%, you can go get a personal loan. A lot of people sleep on this. Go get you a personal loan from your bank or go to somewhere like SoFi or Best Egg. Get a personal loan, pay down your utilization, and let that boost your credit score. So
that's going to look better, that utilization, than taking a loan on your profile. If that utilization down, but you got a loan.
You got a loan, and that's cool versus like 5 maxed out credit cards.
Right.
You see what I mean? It looks, because loans, we know they're loans.
Right.
They don't have a utilization aspect, but the credit cards do.
That's
so
true.
when you think about this too, like I tell people, you're also going to save on interest, right?
Yeah.
I'm paying 1 payment to a loan company with whatever the interest rate is versus 5 payments to 5 different credit cards, and I'm paying that minimum, and it's eating up in interest every month. For sure. But if I do that 1 loan, pay it down, now I'm good. Like, so you just gotta know how to shift things around and make it work, and that
profile got to look right.
And
that credit card utilization is a killer. Everybody knows that.
Yes.
But they would still be scared to pay it down.
They pay
once
that
again.
minimum
That's not month. Your money, damn it.
Yes.
They be scared to pay it, bro.
Right. That ain't your giving their money back.
I tell them all the time, man, listen, set it up on auto pay. I mean, even if you make the minimum, the minimum better than getting a missed payment.
Facts.
But even if you pay, like I look at it like this. If I take if I was working, all I had was $500, I'm gonna pay that $500 on a credit card because guess what? Every time I'm doing, they're gonna end up giving me some more money. Anyway.
Right.
So you gotta realize that you gotta work the system. That's
That
all
is
it is.
true.
So.
See, that was a good gem right there because, okay, you trying to penny pinch your little $500 and you know you owe them $300 over here.
Yeah.
If you just paying that $300 real fast and then go back and ask for more probably after you paid it off, bam.
You're gonna be able to get it, and now you got more money. So now you didn't turn that little $300-400, into like $1,500. But you gotta pay them people.
Yeah, you gotta pay them.
You gotta pay them people.
I was doing that. One of the cards that I did that a lot with, and it was just straight through my phone, was the Apple card. I fell in love with that card because I was buying everything with it, paying it off every month.
Yeah.
Every 3 months, I think, you could go ask for like an increase.
Yeah.
I just kept doing it because I had so much bread at the time. I'm like, I'm going to use these credit cards.
Yeah.
I never was using them. So let me try this out. And that's when I learned about, damn, if you just got card, don't never use your own money, they say too, right?
Yeah.
Don't use your cash.
It's
Use
OPM.
other people's money.
That's it.
Everybody remember that. That's a vital information right there. Instead of using your cash on stuff, if you got these cards, use the cards, then pay them down, pay them off.
We tell people, like, people want to go use their debit cards. I'm like, look, what you getting from a debit card? A receipt?
Right.
That's
it.
right?
That's it.
But you go use a credit card. If my light bill is $100 and I use my credit card, I'm going to get some reward points back. I might get cash back depending on what it is.
Yeah.
But if I go use my debit card, I get nothing. Like, it's almost pointless. It's only my cash, but I can use that same credit card, spend it, and take my cash and pay it back, and they're going to end up giving me more. Like,
Right.
So you got to move that money around. People get, like, afraid, like, I ain't using credit cards. It's going to mess me up. No, it's going to mess you up if you don't use it right.
Facts.
But it's not going to mess you up just for using it the right way. It's going to help you.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
people got to know that.
Another thing, what I hate about, like, well, I ain't gonna say hate, but another thing, like, when it comes to the debit cards, if I'm at the gas station and I drop my debit card, somebody get my money out, they get my money out of my debit card or go to swipe my debit card, that's a hit.
It's over with.
It's over with. But
Yeah.
if I drop my credit card, somebody go out here and spend $5,000-10,000, I can dispute that all day.
Quick.
That
They don't
wasn't
give
me.
it right back. They ain't tripping.
They ain't tripping.
because they know it, especially if you're a good client.
Right.
Like, oh,
And
okay.
another thing, like, when I don't know what, like, when it comes to these credit cards, like, get your reward points.
Yeah, the
Get your
reward
reward
points.
points.
Yeah, let's go
Absolutely.
into that aspect of it because that could be very rewarding as we see.
Right.
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
because because you being rewarded for the money that you already spent. I know for us, like, we went to Houston not too long ago, and that was a free trip. We didn't have to pay for the plane ticket out of pocket. We used the reward points. We didn't have to pay for the rental car out of pocket. We used reward points. We got to the hotel, used reward points also for the hotel. So that was a free trip. All we really had to pay for was food.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they give you like the Apple card. I should use that. Is like they give you like certain percent, 2% or whatever on certain things you spend. On weekends, it'd be another 1%. So while you spending money, you're getting money. You go right to like your Apple Pay, and then you pay it off. So like you getting money for spending money that you're gonna spend anyway, and then you go back and go re-up and get a higher increase. Like motherfucker, this is real game.
And when it comes to designer, like I hope that's what a lot of people doing because like with these product shoes and stuff like that, like you don't necessarily have to use your money. You can use your reward points.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of times people don't realize like a lot of these companies have like introductory like little rates and plans. So like they'll say like if you spend $3,000 within the next 3 months, we'll give you 50,000 points.
Damn.
People sleep on that, right?
Yeah.
Like I know like with one of our first credit cards, I'm thinking like I can't spend $4,000. Like what you want me to do? But you gotta force yourself. You're gonna spend it anyway.
Right.
You got anyway money, so spend it on that credit card, get those reward points and take the trips like Ty was saying.
Damn, that's
so
cold.
like you got like I mean I know with Chase they do that. Like if you go spend $6,000, I mean they change all the time, but $6,000 within the next 6 months, just for example, we'll give you 100,000 points. Bet I take that as a challenge. I'm like,
sure.
You want me to spend $6K?
I know you can spend it
we
now.
Gonna
I know he know.
we're gonna spend it, but we're gonna make sure we spend it the right way because it's gonna pay us both ways. We're paying because we're gonna pay it back, invest it in something, pay it back. But we also I want them points because the points gonna pay for like I said the trips, the whatever we need.
And it's crazy because like when we first started, I ain't gonna say when we first started credit, but yeah, when we first started credit, like we wasn't paying no attention to none of that. Like if I go out here and spend $5,000, like, we wasn't paying attention to that. So I'm just surprised at how many people not really paying attention to. I can be rewarded by going out here spending this money.
Yeah, like how do they find out what they can use the reward points on and how many they get and things like that? Because people probably don't even know.
Yeah, most of the time you can go to your app. If you got the bank's app, you can go to the app. Or when they send your credit card in the mail, just read it.
Niggas
No, they ain't read.
They ain't read, but that's it.
Right there.
Or you can call them too.
Yeah.
Most of the time, like I'm gonna read it, you know what I mean, and see what it's saying. But if it's not on there, then I'm gonna call the bank and let them know, hey, I just got this cash reward card.
Yeah.
The Chase Unlimited. What kind of points do y'all offer? You know what I mean? If I spend $10,000, what kind of points do I get?
Yeah, that's smart. People got to utilize it because like I said, I always paid attention to that, and it paid off, especially those trips.
Yes.
Like when you see you get free trips and airline tickets and all that, you're like, ooh, you can use this?
Yeah.
I can go to goddamn Bahamas with this right now? It was something when I was in L.A. Now it's right there.
But you got the people that don't want to get their credit fixed and just want to use that, the Klarna and Afterpay.
Klarna, Afterpay.
So they're taking trips on that. But
and literally, like, today? Well, I know it's been happening. It's been in motion for a little while now. But literally, they're going to start putting that on credit.
Yeah.
So ain't no more hiding that no more. You know, for people who got bad credit and using, you know, anybody can use Klarna, Afterpay, those buy now, pay later things.
Right.
So what they're doing now is they're going to start factoring that into your credit scores.
What?
So for that, if you're missing them payments or whatever you do, it can help some people if you got a bunch of them and you're paying them on time.
For sure.
You know, it can help you. But if you're one of those people who back there behind the scenes, missing payments and doing whatever,
Trying to be
always come back. Yeah.
Oh, they finna turn that off.
ain't nobody safe no more, B.
Oh, they done found that.
They done
Yeah,
found
The
that.
jig is up. Hey, we caught.
safe no
That's
more.
it.
We caught. They didn't see you over there underneath the bed. Hey, they caught us, brother.
That's it.
They caught me, so hey, he right there, y'all. He got the green shoe. See him right there. Get his ass. We caught, brother. Come on out.
So that's like you got. That's the moral of that is fix your credit.
Fix your
So
credit.
You gotta worry
Stop
about
running
it.
from it.
I'm telling you, because you can go get so much more. Then you ain't got to split up in four. If you want to go
Get a
buy
better interest rate.
You know, if you want to go, exactly. Go on that trip. Go get you a credit card and go on a free trip.
Yeah.
You ain't got to pay Klarna, in 4 payments or whatever. They cool and all, but you can get so much more by fixing your credit and leveraging that. Like, it's just.
Yeah, for sure. Motherfucker want to spread them little payments out. I know that little move.
You can pay it back just like you pay Klarna
Exactly.
back and reap the benefits.
And won't even get them fees because they hit you with the fees.
Fees,
too,
yeah,
right?
Oh, the
exactly.
sticky fees.
Oh, yeah.
Because it be small payments, so you ain't
Yeah.
tripping, but they getting you
They get
every
you.
time.
So it ain't for free. But
No.
you get that 0% interest credit card. Just imagine, right? If you went and got a Chase credit card with 0% interest for 12 months, and you put that, if you had to go on that trip that you was gonna put on Klarna,
Yep.
you put it on there, you want to pay it over 4 months, at least now you ain't paying no fees or no interest. And Chase gonna love you because you paid them people, you
And
paid
their
them
bank.
back.
And most likely, Chase, that's your bank.
Yeah, and you got points. Do that with your local credit union. Like I tell people, like if you just not starting off, start with your credit union.
Yeah.
Get you a local, get your credit card from there. Do the same thing, but you have to listen. Y'all, credit is important.
So important.
We can't avoid it.
Yeah,
you know what I
can't
mean?
avoid it. And
Say the 80s and 90s where cash is king. It's credit is king.
credit is king, and pay them people back their fucking money.
That's
it.
And
Ain't no other way around it.
And a legendary way to get into this, I'm telling you, is how can they get in contact with you guys so you can help them be great?
So they can find me Credit Reboot Queen on all platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's gonna be the main thing.
And I'm Credit is King 750 on all platforms.
Hey, link below in the description. So make sure y'all tap in with them, especially couples. I think that's a niche you guys mastered right here, because hearing this story, how you guys combine that, I haven't heard that before. From him using his, combining yours together, boom, and then doubling up the money. Wow. It's one household, but we all eating together. That's how it's supposed to be. And I love to see it, and they need to hear this. And so when is the master class again?
Oh, so every Thursday is the free one, and then
we do one on Sunday. We have one on Sundays also.
yeah, and then the 5-day event's coming up July 14th through the 18th.
There you go. So make sure y'all tap in with that. All the links below in the description. Make sure I hit them on all platforms.
Yes.
This is Organically Speaking. Now listen up, guys. Make sure you plant some seeds today. From the seed to the root to the tree to the fruit, we're going to keep it organic. You can't skip the process. Motherfuckers love to try to skip the process.
they do.
They want to plant a seed and go outside. Look, damn
They
it.
give it time. You gotta let it cultivate. You gotta do some things.
Come on now.
So
Goddamn drought season and
Yes.
hit. Was you, ready for that?
you gotta be
The
prepared.
coyotes came and dug up the goddamn carrots. You got to regrow. You got to
That's it.
replant. You got to go through the process. Don't try to skip it. Then once you do it one time, you learn it, you can do it again and again
That's
and
it.
again.
Exactly.
Just like you do
You
with a
can't,
credit
let,
card.
you can't let what you don't have stop you from where you're trying to go,
People
bro.
love trying to do that
I'm
now.
telling you, man, listen, like for me, I'm bad with leaving my belts, bro.
Yeah.
So everywhere I go, I got to buy a belt. But
Yeah.
So we had a 7-figure event in Atlanta, and I done left my belt, bro.
Oh,
And,
damn it.
So I didn't have time to go to the store, so I had to make something work. So I grabbed her hair bow, put that thing through my 2 loops, and tighten that thing up.
Yes, sir.
Right in there with all them millionaires with with a hair bow for a belt.
They thought you had Mississippi or something.
Yeah, you know
Goddamn
what I
insurance
mean?
company.
Yeah,
But
dude,
you
yeah.
went
But
there
I
and handled
didn't,
business.
I didn't let what I didn't have stop me from where I was trying to go.
Man,
you
that's
know what
real
I'm saying?
shit.
And that's what we got to do, bro.
Yeah, people will do that, man. So don't be afraid to improve yourself. Don't be afraid to improve your credit. Like, it's very important. It's vital. You can't run from it, like she was
No,
saying.
you can't.
Like, it's right there in front of you. So just face that and build upon it. Plant them seeds a day. It ain't going to be easy. It ain't going to be fast, but it's going to be worth it. I feel like it's delayed gratification in this process.
Yeah.
Am I right? It's not an instant
It's
gratification
not an
thing.
instant. Like, there'll be some parts of credit that are instant.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like removing an inquiry, you might get that done in 24 hours.
Right.
That's instant. But the long game, it's a long game. You gotta like plant those seeds, remove the inquiries, build a profile, start the secured credit cards. You know, and then you're gonna be happy when you're getting 50K approvals. You know what I
Right.
mean? So you gotta plant that foundation first.
That's where the money's at.
That's it.
Like, the big money is over time. You know, that chasing that every dollar, like you were saying, you just want to see it. You just want to blah, blah, blah. But once you did the credit stuff, bang. Like, that day trading was cool. You seeing that money every day. But once you said, I'm going to focus on this, 7 months, how much you made?
Over 6 figures.
Come on now. That's what we're going to do. Make sure you
it.
hit my people up. The link below in the description. Let's plant some seeds a day of greatness, man. With that credit, with your life, with everything. It's the Organic Man. I'm out.